Welcome to Magical Moments with Artemis. Today I'm contemplating the concept of an unbreakable spell. And one of my teachers along the way, I guess there's some science fiction type of book that makes a reference to this person who's under an unbreakable spell. And I want to reference back to a previous video, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, because part of a sensation of an unwillingness to help oneself, or extremes of depression, of sadness, can feel like an unbreakable spell. And that phrase unbreakable spell really pisses me off. And it pisses me off because, my God, I think that is the most giant airplane I have ever seen. That's got to be a military aircraft. Wow, that is big. Okay, I'm done marveling at big here. Back on point. Or maybe that's it. Maybe that's part of the, and that is it. Sometimes experiences of depression and sadness, etc., are so big, so all-consuming, so pervasive, that that's all I'm watching. I'm watching that big thing called depression, sadness, melancholy, not connected with the world. That's what's entertaining me, rather than life. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one. So, to bring this, to connect this to the topic, the concept of an unbreakable spell doesn't work for me because of the inherent limit. And one of the things that I'm about right now is standing in defiance of a limited reality. I'm going to say that again because I like it. I stand in defiance of a limited reality. An unbreakable spell is a limited reality. So, I would like all of you to consider something in your life that can represent itself as an unbreakable spell. Something that appears that it always has been and it always will be. And because I know that some of you are playing ball on a higher playing field, you're the advanced students, I'm going to challenge you. Where is there an unbreakable spell in your world? It's a challenge. You'll either accept it or not, and that's okay. So, just taking that pattern of unbreakable spell, and I actually, yesterday I did this. I won't call it it was a variation of an unbreakable spell. And what I really loved about it was I tracked in with Pele, the Hawaiian goddess, and made use of lava to essentially melt this object down. It was a very insidious object, but it got clear to me that if it was an object, then it was created, and if it was created, it could be modified, even as heavy and dense as it was, using Pele as an archetype, as a power, as an ally, that shifted. So, if there is such a thing as as an unbreakable spell in an all-inclusive universe, its equal and opposite has to exist somewhere. Now granted, that somewhere may not be part of my... No, it is part of my consciousness because we're yakking about it. So it may not be in my field of vision. Okay, so now I've got all these thoughts. Maybe breakable spells. Breakable spells? Shamans who can break spells. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the starting point. Unbreakable spell. Just that as a pattern. I want to access the power of the sun. So if we placed sunlight, no, not sunlight, the sun itself. The sun itself. Everything that the sun is comprised of. And I mean less the hydrogen, oxygen as its mass, solar flares, the whole thing, everything that the sun comprises, and unbreakable spells. Okay, so I just noticed a shift. So I want to ask, so in my reality, is there still such a thing as an unbreakable spell? No. So in my reality, there is no longer such a thing as an unbreakable spell. Whew. And that's just rippled out for all of you watching and listening. So it's my simple hope that if before you turn this on, there was something you had going on, some belief, some activity, something that was just so pervasive, so insidious, that its representation to you was that of an unbreakable spell, that's now broken. Or that if you decide that you come up against something that you're interpreting as an unbreakable spell, that this has provided resources for you to shift that if that's your desire. Whew. Okay, so now I want to access a love spell. Abracapocus. And thank you for watching.